Mary Washington defeated Christopher Newport 7-2 in last year's CAC Men's Tennis Championship as the Eagles secured their 16th straight conference title and 21st overall. UMW went on to represent the CAC in the NCAA tournament, advancing to the third round before falling to Trinity, Texas 5-3. The 2016 spring season is now underway, with several CAC teams off to strong starts. Can anyone put an end to UMW's streak this season? Let's take an inside look at all 8 CAC squads, counting down the CAC preseason coaches poll along the way.
Similar as they are to every other year, that we improve as a team. We compete with those schools that, in my estimation, we're even with talent-wise, or maybe a little below. That we represent ourselves, especially with the schools that we're clearly overmatched with, behaviorally and effort-wise. That we acquit ourselves well there, representing the school, our parents, and myself in a very positive way.
My goals would definitely be to obviously win, but have fun. For a lot of us, it's our senior year playing tennis here at Frostburg, and after 4 years, looking forward to having fun, hopefully make it to the CAC playoffs and go from there.
On the men's side, we lost our 1 and 2 player, and several of those guys were solid performers over their 4-year career. They played 1 and 2 singles, and they played the 1 doubles spot. That was Kenny Milton and Colin Christian, so those losses will hurt.
For the tennis team, we kind of just do our workouts in our own time, like over Christmas break, things like that, whether it be hitting. We don't have an indoor facility here, so it's kind of hard to hit, but I feel like teaching tennis too has also helped me, and I'm looking forward to getting out there.
Teron Tyre, a multi-sport athlete who's become a really solid tennis player over the course of his time with me. Aaron Pant, who will return for his 4th season, solid doubles player, forced to play high in the singles rankings because of the strength of our team. Marcus Bowers from Cumberland, Maryland, who will be counted on to perform well at the 2 doubles and probably 3 or 4 singles.
Definitely looking forward to our Hilton Head trip. It's about almost half of our season into a week. Really look forward to going down there, enjoying time with the team, great friends, and playing a lot of tennis.
Key newcomer would be Shasta Brathwaite, who's going to come in right away as a freshman and play number 1. Very competitive player, very smart player. In the fall, he was competitive and actually defeated players who, in my estimation, were probably better strikers of the ball. He's a very smart player. He competes well, and I'm expecting him to really have a great career here. I
feel really good about our schedule. I enjoy playing all the teams we do in conference. Definitely be a challenge. We play some really good teams, and out of conference, we don't play too many in the spring, but the few that we do play, I really enjoy. Looking forward to it.
In the CAC, we'll be overmatched all the way down the lineup by Mary Washington, by Christopher Newport, and Salisbury. We should match up favorably with the rest of that conference, and my goal would be to finish in the playoffs, to finish in the top 6.
Favorite part was immediately my freshman year, getting a new group of friends. I've stuck with these people the 4 years I've been here, and they're absolutely my closest friends. And then also Division III week, very fun. You get to collaborate with other athletes and get to know them very well.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
So some of my goals would be to finish over 500. We have 20 matches, so if we could be 14-6, 13-7, I'd be happy with that my first year. Expectations are like to advance the tennis program. We get a lot more actual tennis players, and we got guys that are working hard and want to get a little bit more players. We have like 8. I'd like to get 10 to 11 players. So that's my hopes for next year.
My goals and expectations for this upcoming season are to be, first of all, to have fun, and also to bring out some wins. I think our team is really solid, and so we're going to have, I feel like we have a good potential of having a lot of success, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But also mainly to become unified more fully as a team. I feel like we're really good at that, but I'm excited for those clutch matches that'll come by, and it'll just unify us more. So my specific off season is a little bit different because I spent a lot of the time recovering from ACL tears, but I think the off season has helped our team to just get excited about the upcoming season, and so I think it just has given us that drive to work hard.
So we have TJ Snelson, which is a solid player, along with Tyler Clark, who was injured last year, tore his ACL and was out the entire year, and he had played number 1, and he's back. And we have a new freshman, Justin Fulmer, from Idaho Falls, who's a solid player and won all of his matches this fall. And we have another return missionary just came back in January, Josh Mickelson. And those 4 new players will really strengthen our team, so we should be a lot better than we were last year.
I think I'm most looking forward to playing a lot of tennis, a lot of matches, and improving. I believe that our team can do really well, and so I'm excited to see our team grow also.
So our conference schedule, we do a lot of traveling. I'm hoping to finish in the top 4, which qualifies us for the tournament. And non-conference, I've scheduled 6 or 7 matches myself, and I'm hoping to win the vast majority of those. We do travel quite a bit. I got here a little bit late in scheduling. The only way I could get the matches was to get them at their places. So we're going to do a lot of traveling this year, and hopefully next year we can have them come there. But overall, I think we had a good chance to win a lot of matches this year.
There's a lot of away matches, which will be kind of hard, but there's also a lot of matches, which is a lot of opportunity. And I think that our team can use a lot of matches, and we can learn and grow and become better tennis players from that. And so I think it'll, in turn, it not just help this season, but it'll help the seasons to come.
Most excited is it's fun working with college players. I've worked with a lot of tennis players at all levels. The college guys try hard, they're physical, and it's fun working with guys, so that's very exciting. And just making a difference here at the school to help the team win and bring a more positive attitude to the guys. The last couple of years, I don't think they had won as much, and so their attitude, it's hard to have that positive attitude when you're losing. So bring this more of a tennis atmosphere, since I've grown up playing tennis and played for years. So I'm excited about that. Also love the weather down here. I come up from an area that's a little bit colder, and this is sunnier, beautiful mountains, and it's a great atmosphere. So I'm overall excited about everything.
At first, I chose SVU because I wanted to play tennis, and it was a good Mormon atmosphere. And so I decided to come, try it out, even though I'm from California. It's a long ways away. But I came here, and that's when I started to really enjoy SVU and really see the worth that the education has. And so I've really found that it's the place for me.
The CAC Student Athlete Advisory Committee promotes community service as one of the pillars of the organization's mission. CAC SAC members have impacted the communities surrounding their campuses in a variety of ways over the years.
The student athletes realize that it's important to give back to the community and make those connections between community members, whether it's nonprofits, whether it's groups of kids and clubs and organizations, whether it's senior citizens. Student athletes realize that, and they want and they have a desire, a true desire to give back to their community.
It's really important because it lets other people know what the Student Athlete Advisory Committee is about, because most people aren't aware of what we do. It bridges a gap between the communities, the student athlete community and the outside community.
It's very important for SAC to be involved like this. Whenever we have athletes that are very passionate about causes, and to put good people towards good causes is the best thing to do.
I think one of the most important functions of SAC is, the community involvement piece. It gives back to the school, it gives back to the community, which makes both better.
Well, we have a couple of goals. I think, obviously we'd like to make playoffs, ideally finish fourth in the conference, but really I think my goals, whether we're successful or not, isn't really dependent on whether we finish fourth or not. It's really just, did we work hard throughout the season? Are all the players doing everything they can to be the best they can? So that's really where my goal is at, is just to see the players kind of step up and work hard, because I think I'm pushing them harder than probably they were pushed in the past. And so my goal is really just to kind of see the players respond and work hard throughout the year and have fun.
Well, we've done a lot more conditioning and lifting, whatever else, primarily due to our new coach. But we're all in much better shape now, and it's shown on the court.
Well, on the men's side, we didn't really lose much at all. We've got our entire starting lineup back, plus one additional player who will probably make it into the starting lineup as well. So from that side, we're really strong. We've got a lot of seniors back this year.
Well, this is my last season coming up, so I really just want to make the most out of all my matches and just have fun, but still stay competitive.
On the men's side, we have definitely one, Byron Dickerson. He's a transfer in, and so I definitely expect him to get into the starting lineup. A real solid singles player, really consistent.
Well, the fact that we're Division III is a pretty big positive. Sport doesn't take up your life entirely, and you can still focus on academics as well.
Our goals this year, as always, are to be competitive within the conference and to be more than competitive outside the conference in the non-league matches. Individually, I want the kids to better their own game, their own personal games, and play to the best of their abilities. So we work on a lot of individual skill building things within our practices. Our key losses from last year on the men's side was Chris McGee and Johnny Schway. That was our 1 and 2 player, and we're looking to a lot of the lower guys to step up this year and really play big. Key returners play, that's what we're looking for, is good top play from Tyler Cook and Jim Moore, who have stepped into the 1 and 2 positions. And then further down, we have some other returning players and some newcomers. The newcomers, Marco Guerrero, Rafael Fernandez, we have our own personal Rafa this year, and Harry Kappenstein from Middletown. And we're looking for good play from them. They've really done well in the fall, and I think they're going to continue and play better in the spring. Non-conference seasons, they're good either way. We just try to schedule some good competitive matches for our non-conference.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
We are calling you, all of you. We are calling all Division III schools to join our cause, to recognize that non-consensual sex is sexual assault, to identify situations in which sexual assault may occur,
to intervene in situations where consent has not or cannot be given,
to create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported.
This is our It's On Us pledge. It's on us to make a personal commitment to help keep all people safe from sexual assault, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, or ability.
Not to be bystanders to the problem, but to be leaders of the solution. We invite you to join us in this campaign by informing your campuses about the It's On Us mission.
Educate your student body, faculty, staff, and local community on how to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division 3. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
After we lost 5 of 6 of our top 6 last year to graduation, I think what we're going to have to do this year is just try to maybe finish middle of the conference and go from there. Against the better teams, it's going to be a tough challenge, but it'll give them good experience for the future. So Rory Handlin, Zach Hansen, Devin Lehigh, all 3 played lineup at some point last year. And in doubles, they're going to be pretty vital. Let's see, I think those are the main returners right there, and we have a lot of new guys, so new guys and old guys kind of mixing together.
The goals and expectations this year would be to expand upon how we did in the fall season. We went 2-2, but there was a couple matches that we could have won. So I guess just going off that, trying to improve, keep fighting, making each other work better, and try to have a better outcome in this spring.
Well, our number 1 player, Sam Innerst, he's going to be, I think this year it's going to be a learning curve, but then next year it's going to really start to come together for him. He's got a lot of talent, probably one of the most talented players we've ever had. And also 2 freshmen, Lucas Olson and Joel Hess, who need time, but they're going to be bottom of the lineup guys, probably next year, and then hopefully move up as we go along. So I mean, that's sort of like last year. Our freshmen, our seniors, like they'd all paid off. All that, some of the losses, some of the pretty bad losses, it paid off last year, and we went. I think it was 12-8 or 12-7, something like that. So hopefully in a couple years, like the lumps will turn into some victories.
One thing I'm looking forward to is we have a young team, so definitely trying to help them improve, trying to help them learn, so they'll be good to go in the future and be successful.
Well, I mean, obviously we have the top 3 teams that are sort of hard to get by, but the rest of the schedule, I think the matches will be somewhat evenly or somewhat competitive, and we can get some victories there even with a young team. So hopefully we can, have some tough ones, but then win some close ones and some easier ones as well.
The nice thing about the spring trip is it definitely gives us outdoor time. I know up in PA it definitely gets cold around here, so it's hard to get out, especially with the snow. But on another note, I guess it is a 12-hour drive, so it's a lot. So it'll be nice just to stay home, practice, and get ready for the upcoming season.
I think they're excited, which sometimes, when you have a senior-laden team, there's a little bit of, we've done this, we know, and they're excited. They don't know what's coming, so it's exciting to see them, Even at just the matches, they don't even know what's going on half the time, so that's exciting. And practices have been fun because they all want to, work their way up, so they're all competing hard at practices, so it's good.
for us, for the men, goal is always to. I know it's a cliche, but every coach wants to get better each week and sort of progress through the year. But we certainly want to, we want to get better, and then at the same time, get to the point where we're in the CAC tournament, and then we just sort of have that mentality of, depending on how things line up, anything can happen at that point. So we certainly want to win a CAC title, and this year is no different.
So I think our goals as a team would be similar from year to year, and that's to ultimately win a CAC championship, compete well against the major teams like CNU and Mary Washington.
Well, we had a few, and so not only do we lose our top player, but we lost our captain, and so certainly both of our captains we lost at number 1 and number 3 singles. And then obviously another senior at number 6 singles. And so on top of that, our number 5 player is not returning this year as well. So for us, we have 4 guys that are out of the lineup that were in the lineup last year in the spring. So which means 4 new players that are going to be playing this upcoming year. So 2 captains and 4 players is pretty significant, especially with a team that's fielding 6 guys that go out there and play. And so it's certainly tough, but hopefully our young guys are ready to step up and contribute.
So we didn't get to go to the ITA tournament like we normally do, but that allowed us to have a little more time practicing and then off season really working on getting into the best shape that we can and growing as a team together.
Well, the big one is Eric Spengler. He's our big returner, and he's going to be the captain this year. And so he's played number 2 the last 3 years, and so he's certainly ready to play into the top spot. He's played number 1 doubles his entire career, and so he's going to certainly be in that spot again. And then just as in regards to being a great leader and a great captain, he's in a perfect spot, and he's ready to flourish in that role. And so, in regards to other starters, Shannon is our other main starter from last year, Shannon Gunther, and he'll be in one of the top spots for this year. And then everybody else is new. A couple of them were on the team last year and were able to play in a couple matches here and there. Didn't play necessarily significant roles, but so we're in a situation where obviously these first few matches early in the year are going to be pivotal for him. Grant Hudson is one that probably played the most matches last year. That would be moving into the lineup this year, and then the rest of the lineup's going to be filled with guys that are either incoming freshmen or some sophomores that weren't on the team last year but are now going to certainly sort of challenge for some playing time.
Well, spring break's a big one for us, going to California. Play some really good teams out there. It's a lot of fun, and we get good amount of competition out of it.
Well, we have our newcomers. Our Andrew Ranger is a freshman from Virginia, who's certainly looking like he's going to be a top 6 player. Kelson Weber is a sophomore on the team. Wasn't able to play last year, but is going to be moving into the lineup this year. The 2 of them are sort of the youngest and the ones that we're looking to, certainly going to have a role. And then we have sort of a battle going on between Mike Popelski and then also Connor Truitt, who was able to play a couple matches last year as well. So they're the ones that are certainly going to be the ones that are kind of, having the most significant playing time, and that sort of goes for singles and doubles.
So the conference is always fun playing really good teams. Pretty much every team is competitive, as well as some nationally ranked teams like CNU and Mary Washington. So it gives us a lot of competition. And then non-conference, we're playing Johns Hopkins, who's always a powerhouse. So that'll be fun as well.
I like our schedule. Like, it's for us, it's one of those, like, we certainly have been trying the last few years to play a very sort of steady throughout the year schedule, where we're sort of starting in February and then moving obviously spring break in California, playing some really tough teams. And then finishing strong with some CAC opponents in April. And this year we're full, and so we have a lot of matches, which is great for us. It's just especially when we have 4 new guys and trying to gain experience, and I like how it's set up. It's spread out very nicely, and so we're definitely excited to get started. And it's going to be one of those ones where February we do have some tough ones, and so we play one of the best teams in the country, late February. And so for us, that's a little bit new of experience. We sort of kind of gradually build our schedule, but we're ready to get started early, and we're excited to get started.
It keeps you busy for sure. Being a student athlete it's not not easy, but it definitely keeps you on your toes. It motivates you to do well in school, and it gives you something to do with your time.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, for the men's program, we've got a great program. We've got a great team. We're healthy. Everybody's feeling strong, working hard. Expectations same as every year. We want to win the conference championship, and we want to compete for a national championship. I truly believe this team can do special things with the leadership and hard work that they've been putting in. This is a great group, and they're really meshing.
As far as the team goals, we had a good season last year, and I think we're looking to build on that. The core of the team is back, and so we're going to be looking to win the conference, compete in NCAAs, and see how far we can go there.
Yeah, we didn't graduate anyone last year. Relatively young team as well on the men's side. We've got one senior this year, so we will lose Chirag after this year. But bringing everybody back, it's a huge advantage to have all those years of competitive reps under the belt.
I think I speak for the whole team when I say that we've really upped our fitness this off season. It's just been a lot of cardio, a lot of leg work, and so I know that I feel fitter, and I think a lot of the guys do too.
Key returners, we've got a lot of ability at the top, but when I go down, we've got so much depth. When I look at David Reed, what he was able to do his freshman year, Justin Cerny's playing extremely well. Stephen Boslett is just figuring out his athleticism and how it translates to tennis. Artu Fiva has developed a ton, is playing amazing doubles. So down the board, we've got a lot of guys coming in, returning, that are playing at a very high level and have experienced the national level. They know what to expect. They've played in big matches now. And like I said, our senior, Chirag Shetty, he's been here 4 years, fourth year now. He's ready to get after it.
Well, I all winter break, forward to getting into the season. I'm always really excited to get out there. But if I had to pinpoint one thing, I would say our trip to California. Everyone on and off the court enjoys the trip out there, and a lot of good matches, a lot of new experiences out there. So we're all really excited.
Key newcomers, we brought in 3 freshmen: Nick Ruzica from Texas, William Trang from New York, and Alex Johnson from Seattle, Washington, Portland, and Oregon. Sorry, and Nick and William have really had some breakout falls. Nick is playing very crisp. He's got an all-around game. We're expecting great things from him. William Trang is learning how to, tune his weapons in to win at this level. Kid has a ton of firepower. So they both had great falls, and we're excited to see where it leads into the spring.
Yeah, we're lucky to have a very strong conference schedule as well out of conference. So we're going to get a ton of good matches, and so we don't. We're not messing around. Coach has made sure that we're getting the best competition possible to get us ready to win the conference and go to NCAAs, as I said. And so we get to do a lot of traveling, as I said, with California, and we're going up to New Jersey. And so there's plenty of matches for us to really prove ourselves and show what we're made of.
Yeah, we are excited about the conference schedule. We got a lot of tough matches in conference. That's great. It's a lot of great rivalries, easy to get fired up for. We play a very challenging schedule out of conference and nationally. We strive to give the guys as many competitive reps as possible. So we go out of region. We're going to California this year, playing some national ranked teams out there. We do whatever it takes. We play a mixture of Division I's in there as well, just trying to get competitive reps. But we strive every year to put together one of the toughest schedules in the nation.
My favorite part of being a student athlete here at Christopher Newport University is the sense of community. I think it's unmatched by any other school. I have a lot of friends in other places, and they love their school too and everything. But there's something about it here with all the athletes that we really come together, and it's something that I don't think any other school can say.
For the love of the game,
But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Well, our goals, the same thing I always say, we're not really, we focus much more on process and trying to get better every day. I think that's when you talk to kids and they're coming into your program, for the most part, their number one answer is, they want to go somewhere where they're getting pushed, it's a strong program, and they're getting better every day. So we really focus on that. We focus on each individual, trying to improve each day. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? How are we increasing those, making those better? So we focus a lot on process. We certainly have result-oriented goals. We want to be the best that we can be, and we have some of those. We talk about that, but that only gets done if you take care of business every day, trying to get a little bit better.
Well, we're all individual players. We're trying to get better every day, individually and as a team together. If we look a little bit more result-oriented, our goal is to keep the CAC streak going, win the tournament, advance to NCAA regionals, and then give ourselves an opportunity to make the Final Eight. So we want to do that, and also get that one big win that we haven't really gotten the past couple of years over a top 10 nationally ranked team. We're top 15 even. So those are some goals for the season.
Key losses, 2 seniors, both All-Americans, Tyler Carey and Evan Charles, really big losses for us. So we're going to miss those guys. They played number 1 doubles. Tyler was number 1 singles, and 2 of the winningest players in Mary Wash history. So certainly a challenge losing those guys, but that's part of athletics and part of what we deal with all the time. So.
All of us, we've tried to stay in shape. We have tried to get out in the court 4 to 5 times a week, all of us, both playing singles and doubles. Each guy knows what they have to work on, so we've been focusing on our individual things that we can get better at. We've also been down lifting a couple times a week, working on the strength, keeping that up. So we should be ready to go. We should have improved some stuff that we had to after the fall season, so it should be good.
Well, we returned, we lost those 2 guys, but we returned 4 starters, and 4 very successful starters. Seniors, David Lunding Johansson, Stratton Gilmore, Brandon Griffin, and Eric Hurwitz were all starters last year, and they'll all, need to step up a little bit, but I'm very confident. They're, still 2 seniors and a junior there. So I think they're ready for it, and we're excited about that. So we have a really still good, strong foundation returning.
Well, I'm looking forward to really play those teams that I talked about earlier, the nationally ranked teams that we get to play every year, especially the spring break trip. We get to play Redlands and Pomona. Those are some good teams that we've had very close matches with in the past couple of years. So looking forward to getting another opportunity and getting that one win. Even Carnegie Mellon and Hopkins that we play every year at home this year. So really looking forward to that. And then even playing Emory. We haven't played them in a couple of years. We had a tough match with them my freshman year. So that'll be a fun match. Another good team in the region that we haven't played in a while. So really looking forward to that one.
Well, we have we brought in 5 new guys, and we're excited. They're all pretty strong. Freshmen, we have Matt Miles, Patrick Hughes, Derek Hagino, Max Fritsch, and Axel Jobis, and then also a transfer, Ryan Berry. So we actually have 6 new guys, and they're all very solid, giving us a lot of depth. Again, along with the 4, those 4 returners, plus we have 2 other good returners. They haven't been starters, but they're capable. So we've got a really good balance. I think those two returners have opportunities to step up also. But all those freshmen are pretty even, and we're still figuring things out, and we'll see. But we're excited. Any opportunities they get, we're confident they're going to be ready for it.
The conference is always fun to play. It's a good goal that we have. Teams are coming up, getting stronger every year, CNU especially. Salisbury's been up there touching as well. Our goal is obviously to win the tournament, but the fans or the matches are always fun to play. We usually get some fans coming out to watch those. One of the few matches actually, so that'll be fun as well.
Well, our schedule's been pretty much the same. The CAC, you know, it's that's always our number one goal. You know, we're going to focus on that, and that's the first step is doing the best you can to control what you can within the conference. And we have some very good challenges within the conference this year, so you know, we're preparing for that. And then we play a handful, 3 or 4 D1s. We play we'll play usually 12 to 14 nationally ranked D3s, and a lot of the same schools that we play every year. A few out in California, and then some regional rivals like, you know, Washington and Lee and Swarthmore, Johns Hopkins, Carnegie Mellon. So some top programs, and something to look forward to every week for sure. There's always a good match coming up. So our schedule's strong as it always is. That's what the guys enjoy, and so we're excited about some of those matches this year.
My favorite part being a student athlete at UMW is to represent something bigger, being out there, play for the school each day, feeling the support from the school, even though we don't get a lot of fans coming up to watch our matches. It's a lot of fun being part of something bigger, being recognized for what we do, practice, getting better every day, and just win for the school. It's a lot of fun.